Under the scorching California sun, where endless vineyards stretch, a grand journey unfolds. Each year, over 773 million pounds of raisins are produced here, accounting for nearly all of the United States output. But how many truly understand? To get those sweet, chewy raisins, farmers go through an elaborate process, from planting the seeds of hope, meticulous care, to harvesting, sun-drying under the harsh sun, and finally, refined processing. Today, we will explore each stage of this marvelous production chain, where modern agricultural technology has reshaped the relationship between humans and nature. Have you ever tasted the flavor of California raisins? Close your eyes and feel it. Because in every raisin, there's a story of patience and labor that we need to hear. As winter's last warmth lingers on California soil, each spring signals the beginning of a journey, the journey of cultivation. From dawn, farmers are in the fields, their hands skilled with spades, their eyes constantly observing the soil. Thousands of holes are meticulously dug, each vine row precisely 3 feet apart, a scientific arrangement, optimizing space and resources. On each acre, about 950 grapevines are planted, primarily the Thompson seedless variety, the pride of this land. California raisin farms are mainly concentrated in the San Joaquin Valley, with about 147,000 acres planted in 2020 and over 5,000 workers involved in this work. They understand that 3 years is a test of patience, as today's care will shape future harvests. Automatic irrigation systems operate continuously, delivering water to each root precisely, avoiding waste. Temperature and humidity sensors constantly collect data, transmitted to a control center to optimize growing conditions, demonstrating the deep application of advanced agricultural techniques in interacting with the environment. California is fortunate to have a typical Mediterranean climate: hot, dry summers and mild winters, ideal conditions for grapevines to thrive. Under long sunshine and warm, dry breezes, the vines grow vigorously, roots deeply embedded, leaves photosynthesizing optimally, preparing for the upcoming fruit season. From planting to the appearance of the first grapes, each stage requires patience, a belief in nature's ability to reward human effort. As young vine rows cover the land, farmers know they have begun a new life cycle, where every drop of sweat and technology form the foundation for sustainable agriculture in harmony with nature. Once the young grapevines have taken root, the care phase begins, a process requiring science and patience. California farmers understand that to produce intensely sweet raisins, it's necessary to build from the ground up, healthy, balanced vine shoots. Each branch is hand-pruned, a job requiring precision to shape the plant's development. The vines are trained and guided along steel trellises, oriented towards the sun to optimize photosynthesis. Here, agricultural technology is an effective communication tool between humans and nature. Across the farms, wireless sensor systems continuously monitor soil moisture and temperature. This data is transmitted to a control center to adjust irrigation and nutrient regimes rhythmically. The combination of farmers' long-standing experience and modern technology helps each vine grow uniformly, limiting pests and diseases without excessive chemical use. This is evidence of the green agriculture philosophy: clean, sustainable, and environmentally respectful cultivation. In spring, when the first young grape clusters appear, skilled workers perform thinning, removing about 25% of the young clusters. This action ensures that the remaining clusters are adequately nourished, yielding the best quality. This work requires meticulousness and foresight, as a small error can affect final yield and quality. Under the sun exceeding 90 degrees Fahrenheit, they work continuously, earning $8 to $13 per hour, contributing to the agricultural heritage. Simultaneously, agricultural engineers monitor the photosynthetic index of each grape lot via satellite imagery. Upon detecting signs of water or nutrient deficiency, they adjust the automated irrigation and nutrient systems or through a central control system. The entire process is monitored like a sophisticated biological chain, where every leaf is cared for with data and intelligence. As summer arrives, the vineyard is clad in vibrant green, leaves rustling gently in the dry wind, signaling abundant life. Amidst this scene, farmers gaze at their achievements, their eyes filled with faith and understanding. They know that each vine branch today will be a valuable raw material for the upcoming harvest, where modern agricultural technology and human hands will write the next chapter of a grand story. Before moving to the next part, consider this. If you were a farmer in the California vineyards, how would you choose to care for thousands of grapevines, trusting entirely in modern agricultural technology as objective knowledge, or still wanting to touch each leaf yourself to feel and connect with the silent vitality of nature? In September, when the California sky is clear and the late summer sun illuminates ripening grape rows, harvest begins a new chapter. Across the valleys, hundreds of workers and modern machines work in harmony, creating a vibrant scene. Each plump, glistening grape cluster is harvested in a hurried and exciting atmosphere, like an important ritual. This is the peak moment of the entire year, where all the farmers' efforts and patience are rewarded with the brilliant purple of the harvest. In traditional farms, workers hand-pick grapes, gently cutting each cluster to avoid bruising. Meanwhile, in farms utilizing modern technology, automated harvesting machines move along the grape rows, their mechanical arms gently shaking the fruit into collection trays below. One such machine can replace the labor of 30 people, saving time and ensuring consistent quality. Though machines are common, human hands still play an irreplaceable role. They inspect each grape tray, removing damaged or sunburnt grapes to retain the best clusters. Outdoor temperatures can reach 95 degrees Fahrenheit, making the work arduous, challenging physical and mental limits. However, amidst that vast space, gentle smiles can still be seen, glistening with sweat under the sun. For farmers, each harvest is a festival of faith and perseverance. After harvesting, heavy baskets of grapes are quickly loaded onto transport vehicles. All operations must be fast and precise, because even a day's delay will reduce the natural sugar content in the fruit, directly affecting its flavor and drying quality. Advanced agricultural techniques are applied to control temperature and humidity in each container, ensuring grapes maintain optimal freshness when leaving the field. Viewed from above, the vineyards appear as winding purple ribbons in the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. Lines of vehicles follow one another, transporting billions of grapes to the drying area, creating a lively yet orderly and systematic scene, an expression of human will and intellect. All operate like a giant machine, driven by community spirit and a deep understanding of natural cycles. Each grape cluster harvested today holds not only economic value, but also symbolizes the harmony between nature, technology, and human intellect. From the hands of workers to modern machines, every element aims for a single goal: to produce the most perfect raisins. As dusk descends on the valley, the sunlight fades, and the sound of harvesting machines ceases. Farmers quietly observe the plump grape containers ready for the next stage. In that moment, they know their journey is not yet over. Ahead lies the most magical stage, where the sun will complete their work in the challenging drying process. If you had the chance to stand in a sun-drenched California vineyard, would you choose to experience hand-picking grapes to feel and connect with the sweet aroma of ripe fruit? Or would you try operating a modern harvesting machine to witness firsthand the power and significance of modern agricultural technology in reshaping the relationship between humans and nature? As the grape trucks leave the field, it marks the beginning of the grape's profound transformation. In the heart of the San Joaquin Valley, where the sun is as fierce as fire, billions of grapes are spread out on huge craft paper sheets, stretching like an endless purple sea under the sky. There's no longer the sound of machinery or human voices, only the gentle whisper of dry wind and a sweet aroma permeating the air. It's a silent ritual of nature, where sunlight and time together create magic. Drying grapes is a stage that requires patience and experience, a trust in natural laws, although modern agricultural technology now provides much support. Each morning, workers check the moisture content of each grape, flipping each row to ensure even drying, a meticulous task. Under the sun exceeding 95 degrees Fahrenheit, they work diligently for 3 weeks straight, accompanying nature's transformation. Viewed from above, the drying fields appear as brilliant golden carpets reflecting light, a scene both majestic and poetic, where life is being concentrated. It is the sun, the invisible hand of the universe, that helps the sugar in the grapes concentrate and refine, creating a natural flavor that no artificial dryer can replicate, because it lacks the elements of time and patience. However, not everything is smooth sailing. In California, an unexpected strong wind or a few drops of unseasonal rain are enough to make farmers worry about the fragility of everything. That's why many farms have adopted and elevated green agriculture systems to protect raisins. They use transparent covers, allowing sunlight to pass through, but blocking wind and dust. A clever protective solution. Some places also experiment with solar drying chambers, where temperature, humidity, and airflow are controlled by smart sensors, like a symphony between human intellect and cosmic energy. Thanks to advanced agricultural techniques, drying time is shortened by 30% and optimized, while retaining natural color and flavor, proof of the balance between efficiency and essence. These grapes are no longer merely agricultural products, but vivid testaments to the perfect combination of age-old tradition and advanced science. California farmers consider it a marriage between sun and technology, a symbol of innovation in the U.S. agricultural industry and in the mindset of sustainable development. At the end of the drying process, billions of grapes have shriveled, their wrinkled skins containing stories of time, concentrated sugar, and aroma within. The deep purple color transforms into amber brown, emitting the distinctive sweet scent of California raisins. Workers collect each drying sheet, folding them with precise movements. These baskets of raisins will be transported to the factory for the final stage, processing and packaging, ready to be sent to the world. Amidst the quiet space, farmers watch the drying sheets gradually empty and smile, a smile of contentment. The sun has completed its part and bestowed its essence. From the juicy grapes of summer, nature has created the sweetest gift, raisins containing the essence of earth wind, and the resonance with technological intelligence. After 3 weeks of sun drying, the craft paper sheets contain plump, amber-brown raisins, emitting a gentle sweet aroma, a scent of transformation. Their journey continues at modern processing plants, where technology and humans together complete the final masterpiece of the harvest. Large trucks carrying thousands of pounds of raisins line up, entering the industrial area north of the San Joaquin Valley. The factory doors open, revealing a world of industrial machines with rhythmic sounds and reflecting steel, along with the rhythm of creation in a space where human intellect is materialized. The first stage is washing and cleaning, a purification process for a new journey. Pure water, filtered through a UV disinfection system, flows abundantly over conveyor belts of raisins. Mechanical arms move rhythmically, removing impurities, dry stems, and remaining debris. Then, the raisins are moved to supplementary drying chambers, where agricultural technology precisely controls the temperature to the degree. This process helps the raisins achieve uniform dryness, retaining their natural sweetness without losing their original color. Next is the sorting stage, an impressive technology representing the pinnacle of modern agricultural technology. High-speed AI camera systems scan each raisin, identifying its size, color, gloss, and automatically channeling it into different groups. In a few seconds, millions of grapes are intricately arranged, seemingly without human intervention. However, at the end of the line, experienced workers still meticulously observe, their eyes being the final layer of inspection, ensuring quality before packaging. Because artificial intelligence is just a tool, while understanding and perception still belong to humans. Standardized raisins are then transferred to the automated packaging area. Packaging is printed with QR codes for traceability, indicating the production batch, growing region, and harvest time. A transparent story. Many California factories now operate entirely on solar energy and reuse wash water in a circular process, a reflection of the green agriculture spirit, aiming for sustainable and environmentally friendly development. Before leaving the factory, each batch undergoes strict quality control, a commitment to quality. Random samples are tested for sugar content, moisture, and nutritional value. Raisins meeting standards are distributed throughout the U.S. and exported to over 60 countries, from Japan, Korea, to European and Southeast Asian countries, not just a product, but an ambassador of an agricultural philosophy. As the production line stops, finished raisin boxes are neatly stacked, emitting a gentle aroma. The engineer performs a final check, looking through the large glass panel where the afternoon sun shines in, nodding slightly, a nod of satisfaction and understanding. From sun-drenched fields, through human hands and intellect, California raisins are now ready to go out into the world, becoming a symbol and testament to the synergy of technology, nature, and labor. 3 core elements that define the essence and redefine modern agricultural technology in the United States. When you see millions of raisins sorted, packaged, and shipped worldwide, what do you think truly makes American agriculture more special? Is it the boundless power of modern agricultural technology, or the enduring spirit, pride, and deep connection of the farmers who work tirelessly in the California fields? From the sun-drenched vineyards where life is nurtured, to modern processing lines where human intellect flourishes. The journey of California raisins is a symbol of the power of modern agricultural technology and the enduring spirit of American farmers, those who have harmonized with the rhythm of the earth. Each stage, from planting, meticulous care, harvesting, sun-drying, to refined processing, profoundly illustrates the blend of human ingenuity and advanced agricultural science. These tiny raisins are the culmination of immense effort, unwavering faith in nature, and the unceasing aspiration of a green agriculture, a sustainable philosophy for existence. If you believe that modern agriculture, with all its complexity and sophistication, is the foundation and solution for humanity's future, where we learn to live in harmony with the universe, please press like to support that belief. Subscribe to continue our contemplative journey and turn on notifications to receive upcoming videos, stories that will continue to unravel the essence of life. Every share of yours is a source of motivation and knowledge dissemination, helping us continue to tell meaningful stories about agricultural techniques where technology, humans, and nature together create and define true value for this world, a world that we are co-creating. The cider apple planting season in the United States usually begins in mid-February, when the ground is just warm enough for the roots to take hold in the moist brown soil. Orchards in New York, Pennsylvania, and California come alive as rows of young trees are planted using advanced machinery and precision-controlled systems that manage every inch of soil. This marks the beginning of a long journey, as each apple tree takes between 3 to 5 years to produce its first crop. Unlike sweet varieties such as Fuji or Red Delicious, cider apples are tannic, slightly bitter, and dry. Their unique chemical composition, rich in tannins and acids, makes them the ideal ingredient for the cider industry. American farmers understand that what matters most is not the beauty of the fruit, but the flavor hidden beneath its rough skin. In recent years, modern agriculture technology has completely transformed the way apples are grown in the U.S. Farms now use soil moisture sensors, weather forecasting systems, and agriculture engineering to map the soil's nutrient composition. Drones fly overhead, capturing detailed images of each orchard block, helping farmers detect pests early and adjust fertilization precisely. Every planting decision is no longer made by instinct, but guided by data and science. When spring arrives, apple orchards burst into a sea of white blossoms. Millions of honeybees are brought in to pollinate the trees, ensuring even fruit development. It is a moment when the entire farm feels alive. The buzzing of bees blends with the sweet fragrance of apple blossoms drifting through the air. Yet, farmers know that this beauty carries risk. A single late frost or sudden cold wind could destroy an entire bloom. They care for each tree as if it were a living being. Every drop of water and every ray of sunlight is carefully calculated to ensure the trees stay healthy and the fruit develops its perfect balance of flavor. 3 months later, as the apples begin to change color, Nebraska, New York, and California prepare to enter their busiest and most anticipated time of year, the cider apple harvest season. If you had the chance to walk through a sea of white apple blossoms, breathe in their fragrance carried by the spring breeze, and hear the hum of bees at work, would you want to witness firsthand how America cultivates the special apples that give birth to its world-famous cider? As summer fades, the apples begin to turn deep red and golden brown, a clear sign they are ready for harvest. Across states like New York, Virginia, and California, hundreds of farms enter their busiest season of the year. Unlike the careful handpicking seen in orchards that grow fresh eating apples, the cider apple fields are where mechanization truly demonstrates its power and efficiency. Massive tree-shaking machines, masterpieces of industrial machines and agriculture engineering, are brought into action. These machines clamp onto the trunk and shake it vigorously for just a few seconds, sending thousands of apples tumbling down onto soft nets spread across the ground. In an instant, the entire orchard is filled with a cascade of red fruit and the rhythmic thud of apples hitting the fabric below. From a distance, it looks like a breathtaking apple storm, powerful, mesmerizing, and almost unreal. Unlike premium apples that must remain perfectly intact, cider apples can be slightly bruised without affecting quality. That is why machine harvesting is not only faster, but far more efficient. Tons of apples are collected by specialized vehicles and transported directly to sorting areas. There, advanced agriculture machinery takes over, cleaning off leaves, twigs, and soil before loading the apples into storage bins ready for delivery. What once took weeks of labor-intensive handpicking now takes only a few days. A single machine can replace the work of dozens of people, dramatically reducing costs and ensuring a consistent quality of raw material. Productivity has soared, but the farmers have not lost their traditional spirit. They still supervise every step, inspecting each batch to make sure the apple's natural flavor is fully preserved. When the last trucks roll out of the orchards, loaded with fresh, vibrant fruit heading toward the processing plants, a calm silence settles over the fields once again. The harvest season has come to a close, but the journey of these apples is just beginning. Soon, they will enter the most magical phase of all, being transformed into golden cider that carries the pure taste of America. Would you like to witness it for yourself? The moment when billions of apples rain down from the trees, the most spectacular scene of the harvest season in the United States? After leaving the orchards, billions of apples are transported to processing plants, where modern technology combines with skilled craftsmanship to transform them into cider, a beverage that carries the very soul of America. Inside the factory, the production process is executed with absolute precision, carefully monitored at every stage, from washing to bottling. First, the apples are poured into an automated agriculture machinery system, where high-pressure water jets thoroughly clean off any dirt or residue. Optical sensors then scan each fruit, removing any that are damaged or substandard. The remaining apples are sent to the crushing area, where powerful industrial machines grind them into a fine pulp in preparation for juice extraction. At the pressing station, tons of crushed apples are fed into massive hydraulic presses. Under hundreds of tons of pressure, the juice is extracted to the last drop, flowing out as a rich golden stream. The leftover pulp is not wasted, but repurposed as livestock feed or converted into organic fertilizer, an essential part of the green agriculture technology model that ensures nothing in the cycle goes unused. The juice then passes through multiple filtration stages to guarantee purity before being transferred into fermentation tanks. In a quiet, temperature-controlled room, hundreds of stainless steel tanks stand in perfect rows. This is where the magic begins. The apple juice ferments naturally, or with the help of specially selected yeast strains. Thanks to modern agriculture technology, the temperature and humidity inside each tank are maintained with remarkable precision. Each apple variety, each growing region contributes its own character, creating distinctive flavors that range from the crisp tartness of New York apples to the smooth sweetness of California harvests. The fermentation process can last anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. As the yeast transforms the natural sugars in the apples into alcohol, a gentle, sweet aroma begins to fill the entire factory. Each day, skilled technicians take samples, measuring alcohol levels, acidity, and fragrance to ensure the perfect balance of flavor and quality. This stage requires a flawless blend of experience and precision, a process that is part science, part art. When fermentation is complete, the cider is filtered one last time and transferred to aging tanks. Premium ciders are aged for months in oak barrels, where they develop a rounder, richer flavor profile. The rest are carefully bottled, labeled, and distributed to markets across the United States. Beyond cider, a portion of the apple juice is diverted into separate production lines to make apple vinegar, a product beloved in American cuisine and natural health remedies. When the golden bottles of cider are finally lined up neatly on store shelves, few people realize that behind their crisp, refreshing taste lies an extraordinary journey of technology, craftsmanship, and dedication. Cider is more than just a drink. It is living proof of how modern agriculture technology and the hands of passionate farmers can work together to create something truly remarkable. And the question for you is, when you take a sip of cider, can you taste the sweetness of the fruit, the richness of the soil, and the quiet pride of the people who continue to write the story of American agriculture? Behind the massive tree-shaking machines, the hydraulic presses, and the towering fermentation tanks stand the silhouettes of quiet, dedicated people. The farmers of Nebraska, New York, and California who have devoted their lives to the apple tree. They represent a new generation of farmers who carry the calloused hands of tradition, yet embrace the mindset and knowledge of the digital age. Each morning, they do more than just walk the orchards. They check data on their phones, monitor soil temperature and humidity, and track the productivity of every row through sensor systems spread across the fields. Even with the support of modern agriculture technology, they hold a deep and enduring love for nature. They believe technology is merely a tool, while patience, precision, and respect for the earth remain the true foundations of agriculture. This belief has made Nebraska and the agricultural heartlands of America symbols of resilience and innovation. From the heavy branches of apple orchards to the high-tech production lines of modern factories, the United States has proven that agriculture is not just a story of the past. It is the future of technology and creativity. Every bottle of cider is the result of sweat, knowledge, and faith in the land from which it was born. If you love stories about modern agriculture technology and want to explore more inspiring agricultural journeys, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to join us in the next adventure, where nature and humanity work together to create the miracles of the earth. To craft that perfect, authentic Thanksgiving pumpkin soup, the ingredients journey must begin in America's immense pumpkin capitals. Imagine endless fields, where each pumpkin is meticulously nurtured with agricultural scale and techniques that are among the world's most advanced. Among these, Illinois emerges as the undeniable heart of the pumpkin industry. With its soft, moisture-retaining alluvial soil, coupled with long, sun-drenched summers, pumpkins here accumulate an exceptional amount of natural sugar. This precise characteristic yields the distinct flavor that every American chef seeks when preparing their soup. But Illinois isn't alone. California also plays a significant role with its mild climate, fostering stable growth, beautiful, unblemished pumpkin skins. Even in Texas, despite the harsh, scorching weather, farmers masterfully control every drop of water using sophisticated drip irrigation systems, ensuring each pumpkin reaches a consistent weight. The truly remarkable common thread binding these regions is the agricultural technology revolution. From automatic moisture sensors meticulously monitoring every square foot of soil, to automated irrigation systems precisely adjusting water delivery and continuous weather forecasting, everything is under tight control. When plants receive optimal moisture and sunlight, the pumpkin flesh isn't just softer and sweeter, it's also less fibrous, a crucial factor for achieving that perfectly smooth, silky texture in pumpkin soup. Each growing region, with its unique climatic conditions, imparts its own nuances to the pumpkin. Yet, all converge to supply high-quality ingredients for the Thanksgiving season. And for these orange gems to mature uniformly, the process of planting and nurturing plays a paramount role, a fascinating scientific journey we're about to uncover. If the land is the genesis, then the planting and nurturing process is the art that creates the perfect pumpkins for our soup. This is the stage that directly determines the natural sweetness, the tenderness of the pumpkin flesh, and that captivating deep orange hue, the key elements that form the very soul of Thanksgiving pumpkin soup. In the sprawling fields of Illinois or California, planting is no longer a simple manual task. It's a symphony of automated technology. Modern seed planters, guided by GPS with centimeter-level precision, ensure each seed is placed at the ideal distance, typically around 35–40 inches apart. This spacing not only gives the plants ample room to thrive, but also eliminates competition for nutrients. Intelligent control systems even automatically adjust the planting depth, regardless of soil hardness or looseness, to ensure the highest possible germination rate. As the tiny sprouts begin to emerge, the nurturing phase becomes the critical factor shaping the quality of the future pumpkin. Farms don't rely on conventional irrigation. Instead, they employ advanced drip irrigation systems, delivering water directly to the plant's base. This method not only conserves water, but also maintains stable moisture levels, helping American pumpkins develop softer, more uniformly colored flesh, and most notably, less fiber. A golden advantage every chef recognizes when pureeing the pumpkin. And believe it or not, the sky itself participates in caring for these pumpkins. Small drones diligently fly in straight lines overhead, constantly scanning and assessing the health of each plant using NDVI, an index reflecting plant vitality based on light absorption. Should a drone detect any signs of water stress, disease, or any abnormality, a signal is immediately transmitted to a central control hub. This allows farmers to intervene instantly, without waiting for problems to become visible to the naked eye. This approach minimizes stunted growth or uneven development, issues that can lead to watery, bland, or inconsistently colored pumpkin soup. The nurturing phase also includes balanced fertilization, particularly with potassium and magnesium, two minerals that enhance sweetness and reduce fiber. This is why pumpkins destined for soup consistently yield that deep orange-yellow color and a distinctive, aromatic flavor after cooking. Overall, the planting and nurturing process isn't just about healthy plant growth. Every step, from the seed's placement to each drop of water, contributes to shaping the final flavor of the pumpkin soup. The more uniformly a pumpkin grows, receiving adequate water and sunlight, the softer and sweeter its flesh will be, and the easier it will be to achieve that smooth, velvety texture when pureed. And when these pumpkins, imbued with the essence of science and nature, reach their perfect ripeness, the next crucial stage begins: harvest. This is a moment of equal importance, for just one day's error can significantly alter the soup's flavor. As early October days draw near, across the fields of Illinois, California, and Michigan, pumpkins begin to transform into a deep orange yellow, a clear sign that harvest season has arrived. This isn't just a growing season, it's a race against time, for pumpkins harvested too early will be bland and less sweet, while those picked too late can become fibrous or dry. For pumpkin soup, perfect ripeness is the golden key to maximum natural sweetness and a flawlessly smooth, velvety texture when pureed. In vast, sprawling fields, enormous harvesting machines begin their journey. These specialized harvesters are intricately designed to gently lift each pumpkin from its vine without bruising the skin. Soft, gripping arms carefully cradle the pumpkin, then transfer it onto a conveyor belt that smoothly carries it to collection bins at the rear. Thanks to controlled pressure and consistent speed, post-harvest damage is significantly reduced compared to traditional manual methods. Some larger farms even go further, employing color camera systems for preliminary sorting right in the field. This intelligent equipment identifies pumpkins based on size, hue, and surface uniformity. Candidates that meet the processing standards, typically medium-sized, with thick skin and firm flesh, are separated into designated bins. These are the pumpkins chosen for soup, as they promise rich natural sweetness and less fiber when cooked. Nevertheless, at smaller farms or family operations in Ohio or Michigan, the charm of manual harvesting persists. Farmers still use knives to cut the stems, check the skins by hand, and select each pumpkin based on generations of experience. This method, while slower, offers astonishing precision, especially for culinary pumpkins. The feel and sight allow them to accurately determine which pumpkins are just ripe enough, dense-fleshed, and contain fewer seeds, a nuance machines sometimes struggle to detect. Once harvested, the pumpkins are transported to the processing area. Here, they undergo a thorough washing to remove soil, a meticulous reinspection, and any pumpkins with cracks or damage are discarded. Pumpkins designated for soup are especially prioritized for cool, dry storage conditions, which helps preserve their natural sugar content before reaching consumers. Proper storage also ensures the flesh doesn't become mushy or discolored during cooking. Viewed from above, the pumpkin harvest season is a picture of seamless operation, machines, people, and technology collaborating to bring pumpkins closer to the kitchen. And it's from the moment they leave their Mother Earth that the true journey to becoming an ingredient for Thanksgiving soup truly begins. We will continue to follow these pumpkins as they leave the farm, pass through factories, stores, and finally arrive in the warm kitchens of America in November, ready for a magical transformation. For many, pumpkin is simply a popular autumn vegetable, but behind it lies a meticulously organized transportation and distribution system. This system ensures that quality remains unchanged from harvest to processing. Pumpkins meeting the standards are sent to packing centers. Here, they are washed to remove dirt, manually inspected, and sorted by intended use. Pumpkins for soup, pumpkins for pies, and pumpkins for Halloween decoration. Pumpkins specifically for soup are chosen based on criteria such as dense flesh, thick walls, fewer seeds, and a deep orange-yellow color. This group of pumpkins offers the highest natural sweetness and, when pureed, yields a smooth, subtly spicy, yet not watery texture. In the factory, pumpkins are packed in cool, dry conditions to prevent moisture loss. This process is critical because if pumpkins are exposed to condensation or stored too closely together, they can soften prematurely, directly affecting cooking quality. From here, pumpkins are distributed to supermarkets, farmers markets, and grocery stores across the U.S. Once they reach consumers, pumpkins begin their preparation phase, with the family kitchen at its heart. In November, amidst the characteristic cool air, many American families traditionally roast pumpkins before cooking. Roasting not only softens the pumpkin, but also enhances its sweetness through natural caramelization. This step creates a subtle, slightly rich and warm aroma, forming the foundation for Thanksgiving pumpkin soup. Some families opt to boil pumpkins to save time, but most culinary enthusiasts agree that roasting pumpkins leads to a richer, more flavorful soup. Along with sautéed onions, garlic, butter, and autumnal spices like cinnamon or nutmeg, ingredients that carry the distinct essence of fall, pumpkins begin their transformation into the traditional soup of reunion. From the farmer's hand to the family kitchen, each step contributes to the final flavor of the dish. In the next section, we'll delve into the details of preparing American-style pumpkin soup, the way millions of families have done for generations to preserve the spirit of Thanksgiving in every warm spoonful. Once the pumpkins have completed their journey from harvest and sorting to the family kitchen, their adventure enters an entirely new phase. This is when Americans transform a familiar autumn ingredient into a warm, gently creamy soup, brimming with the spirit of Thanksgiving. While the preparation isn't overly complex, each step directly influences the color, smoothness, and final flavor of the dish, so every stage is executed with careful intention. First comes the pumpkin preparation. In most households, sugar pumpkin or butternut squash are popular choices due to their tender, less fibrous flesh and high natural sugar content. These qualities are a result of the entire cultivation process we explored in previous sections, and they are precisely what helps the soup achieve its characteristic, velvety smoothness. Pumpkins can be cooked in two ways, but roasting is more common. After halving the pumpkin, scooping out the seeds, and brushing with a thin layer of oil, the pumpkin is roasted in the oven at 400 degrees Celsius, 200 degrees Celsius, for about 40 to 50 minutes. When done, the flesh becomes tender, easy to scoop, and more aromatic due to the gentle caramelization that occurs in the oven. This is a crucial prerequisite for the soup's deep sweetness and rich golden color. On busy days, some families opt to boil the pumpkin to save time, but the flavor will be milder and the consistency often less robust than with roasted pumpkin. Once the pumpkin is ready, the next step is to create the flavor foundation for the soup. A small amount of butter or olive oil is heated in a pot, then chopped onions are sautéed until translucent, followed by minced garlic and a touch of carrots to enhance natural sweetness. This mixture not only makes the soup more fragrant, but also creates a warm, characteristic base flavor for American autumn dishes. Once the onions and garlic are fragrant, the cooked pumpkin is added along with chicken or vegetable broth, giving the soup more depth and a balanced flavor. All the iconic Thanksgiving spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a hint of ground ginger are added at this stage. They impart a delicate aroma and a warming sensation without overpowering the pumpkin's natural taste. The mixture is simmered gently for about 15 minutes to allow the flavors to meld before moving on to the crucial blending stage. An immersion blender or a regular blender will help the soup achieve a perfectly smooth texture, a quality that makes this dish beloved in American homes, especially when served with warm bread. Once the soup is smooth, a sufficient amount of heavy cream is added to create a light creaminess and make the dish even more harmonious. The cream is stirred gently over low heat to prevent curdling. Then the soup is tasted and seasoned to ensure a perfect balance between the pumpkin's natural sweetness and the warmth of the spices. Finally, when the soup is ladled into bowls, a light swirl of cream, a few toasted pumpkin seeds, and a sprig of parsley or thyme complete the dish, embodying the full spirit of the holiday season. From the farm to the kitchen, these seemingly simple steps are how Americans preserve the taste and memories of Thanksgiving through every warm spoonful of pumpkin soup. From the vast, endless pumpkin fields of Illinois to the cozy, small kitchens of individual families, the miraculous journey of creating traditional Thanksgiving pumpkin soup is a living testament. It's a story of how agriculture, modern technology, and deep-rooted culture intertwine, crafting cherished moments in American life. A seemingly simple dish actually embodies the hard work of farmers, the advancement of machinery, and the careful choices of home cooks. Each pumpkin, sown, nurtured, and harvested at the perfect time, doesn't just become a high-quality agricultural product, it's destined to appear proudly on family dinner tables on the most special day of autumn. Once the pumpkins leave the fields, a sophisticated storage and distribution system ensures they retain their fresh taste, sweetness, and natural color. When they enter the kitchen, the meticulous preparation, flavor-based sautéing, cooking, pureeing, and finishing of the soup are all performed with reverence for tradition. Americans cook pumpkin soup not just to savor its flavor, but to recall togetherness, to remember a season when everyone pauses, reflects, and gives thanks for what they have. The fascinating thing is that no matter how much time changes, pumpkin soup retains its unchanging role, an appetizer that gently yet richly opens the feast, bringing warmth and creating a sacred atmosphere of reunion. And perhaps it is this profound simplicity that has made it an indispensable symbol of Thanksgiving. A bowl of soup doesn't require many complex ingredients, yet each component originates from an enduring agricultural system, built and developed over generations. Looking back at the entire journey we've explored, from part 1 until now, the opening question, how can America transform over 1.1 billion pounds of pumpkins each year into such meaningful and emotional dishes, now has a complete answer. It's thanks to the harmonious combination of modern cultivation techniques, precise harvesting processes, efficient distribution systems, and above all, a deep love for iconic dishes intertwined with culture. All these factors come together so that a seemingly ordinary pumpkin can become the soup intimately connected with the year's biggest holiday. And now, as our journey of discovery concludes, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Every family has a different way of making pumpkin soup, a unique secret to make it special. Some roast their pumpkins darker, some add apples, some prefer more cream, others less spice. Please share your own recipes or tips in the comments section so our community can learn and spread the flavors of Thanksgiving. If you love these agricultural and culinary exploration journeys, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the notification bell to continue joining us in upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a truly warm and meaningful Thanksgiving season with your family and loved ones.